Hey everybody, what's going on? Fallout here, down in the basement of the tower, and I wanted to tell you about a new armor mod in Season 11, which is confirmed straight fire, and if you have a chance, you should definitely try to pick it up right away. What armor mod would that be? Well, let me come show you. I'll head over here to the Prismatic Recaster, aka the Pre-Re, and if you take a look down here, the rewards available at the Prismatic Recaster. Eventually, I'm sure we're going to claim all of these armor mods over the season, but the one we're looking at today is Lucent Blade. While charged with light, dealing damage with a sword gives you bonus sword damage for 5 seconds, consuming 1 stack of charged with light. Now, I know for a fact that a lot of Guardians out there are borderline afraid of armor mods like this because they never bothered to ever learn or understand or care about the charged with light in-game armor feature because they thought it might be too confusing, and why bother taking the time to learn about it? Fair, we get a lot of things in this game, sometimes it can be overwhelming, but I think a lot of people might be overthinking charged with light. In fact, I'm going to show you how it works in about 10 seconds, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. You can even learn about it by looking at the other armor mods right here as rewards from the Prismatic Recaster, like this one right here, Swift Charge. Become charged with light by rapidly defeating combatants with pulse rifles, sidearms, or submachine guns. Think about it like this. You do something that the armor mod requires you to do, and then you become charged with light. And you will remain charged with light until you do something to get rid of that charge of light. Like in the case of Lucent Blade, dealing damage with your sword is going to consume 1 stack of charged light. If you still think that's kind of complicated, why don't we head over to the Tribute Hall? I will show you, I promise, very easy. All right, here we are in my garage. Here we are in the Tribute Hall. We got the big bad ogre, who I love to test things on because he's such a big dumb schmuck. And I have my Honor's Edge sword. I'm going to show you how this armor mod works and also the charged with light thing. So first of all, how strong is the Lucent Blade armor mod? Well, a regular sword swipe is going to do 11,616 damage to our big ogre friend. Don't gotta remember that number because I'm gonna put it up on the screen for you so we don't have to remember. Okay, we have a Minotaur over here, and I'm going to show you how he is going to help us become charged with light. I have another armor mod on right now, Shield Break Charge. Become charged with light by breaking a combatant shield with the matching energy type. Well, that shouldn't be too hard because we have a Void Shielded Minotaur, and I have a Void Shielded weapon. So we break the shields, boom, his shields are broken with Void, and look, on my HUD over to the left, indicated by that arrow, I am now charged with light. That wasn't really hard, we just did what the mod said. It said to break the shield with the matching element type, which we did, and boom, charged with light. And we will remain charged with light until I do something that will make it go away, usually as indicated by a mod on your armor. So again, back in this case, we are going to the mod I wanted to talk about today, Lucent Blade. While charged with light, which we are, dealing damage with a sword gives you bonus sword damage for 5 seconds, consuming 1 stack of charged light. So real quick, one thing about this armor mod that you have to remember is that in order to activate it, you have to swing your sword at least once. So not to confuse you, I'm going to activate it on this chump Vandal over here, and then come back to our ogre friend for the damage comparison. So boom, now we've activated the perk for 5 seconds. Big cut, 15,681 damage. If you're not a math whiz, don't worry, I'm not either. Had to use a calculator. That is a 35% boost in overall damage output. Again, for a full 5 seconds. If you'll remember, swords are pretty much one of the best options you can use in the game right now to take down a major or a boss very quickly in PvE. Quick demonstration here is my Abide the Return sword, which I absolutely love the roll I have on it, and just a couple swings, and the ogre goes down real quick, and that is just one man doing DPS. If you have a full team of people with swords, with good rolls, you will carve through a major or boss immediately. So with how good swords already are in PvE, a armor mod that gives you a 35% damage buff for 5 seconds is pretty damn handy. And a few of you might be wondering, hey, does that stack with other damage dealing perks? It does. For demonstration purposes, we have a Temptations Hook, which is a brand new sword in Season 11 that I love the design of, really badass. and mine has Vorpal Weapon. Took off the boss spec real quick because I don't want to confuse anyone with the damage numbers, but here we go. Live demonstration, gotta get ammo. Alrighty, we've got our sword, we've got ammo, and for fun, I am going to use the alternate fire, aka heavy swing on my sword, which is you do a little Sokka boomerang which is awesome. Damage per tick, 3,449. Alright, we roll back over here to our Minotaur friend. And remember, this isn't the only way to become charged with light. There are many other mods that you can use to become charged with light. I'm just trying to show you, if you are unfamiliar with the charged with light feature, that it's really not that hard. For example, here's one: become charged with light by finishing a combatant, by using a finisher move. Not too difficult at all. Here's another one: become charged with light by picking up orbs of light. Easy peasy. But again, for the sake of consistency, I'm going to do the shield break charge. Armor mod, we break the shield, and boom, charged with light. Now remember, I gotta activate the Lucent Blade armor mod by hitting a sword swing, so I'm gonna do that on my Vandal friend, just so we're not confused with damage numbers, and booyah! 4,657 damage, again, a 35% buff. So yes, it does work with other damage dealing perks like Vorpal. Okay, back to our Minotaur friend one more time. Charged with light. Damn it, reload that gun. Boom. Charged with light. Wanted to show one final demonstration in case anyone was wondering, hey, does it also work in combination with other things like the boss spec weapon mod? Again, yes it do. We are going to activate the mod by slicing our Vandal chump, and boom! 5,018 damage. Yes, it stacks with every other sword damage dealing perk on the table. Anyway, sorry about the informal quickness of this video. I kind of recorded it on the fly. I just wanted to show people and put the word out that the Lucent Blade armor mod is very, very good, and you should try to pick it up immediately. Pair it together with your favorite sword, new or old. If you don't know a lot about swords, that's okay. I made a video about that. Check the link in the top right corner right about meow. It should take you directly to my Swords 101 video, which I worked on last season. I may need to update that video because now we have more swords in the game. We got new frames and new crazy doodad swords with new perks, and I might need to update that video. But it still is a good baseline on what to look for in a good sword. Okay, one more thing about this armor mod that I want to cover real quick is that if you have another arc mod socketed into your armor, it will activate the secondary perk. So all you got to do is put in another arc mod into your armor, bada bing bada boom, and now you have activated the secondary perk. Greatly increases the charge rate for your equipped sword. Alright, so check it out. We're going to turn the armor mod off and do our Sokka boomerang throw. Boom. Take note of the charge time in the bottom left corner. We will do that one more time. Keep your eyes peeled on that charge rate. Alright. Not too quick, but not too long. We now re-equip Lucent Blade. Now we got that faster charge rate. And boomerang attack. Noticeably quicker charge rate. Not by a mile, not by an avalanche, but a decent amount. Especially when you have a really cool sword like this new one in Season 11 that has a great heavy attack that you love to throw at people like so. You want to make sure that you got a good charge rate so you have that coming back as frequently as possible. Alright, well that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover in this video, so if you found it informative, give it a like. If you haven't subbed, do the whole sub thing. Check out other videos on the channel. If you're new here, check me out on Twitch. Yada yada yada. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.